everyone, my name is Sarah Mitchell and I've been a tutor at the Reading and Writing Center for 2 semesters. I'm from Alabama. My major is English with minors in psychology, creative writing, and French. And I'm here to talk about active and passive voice. Active voice means that a sentence has a subject that acts on its verb. So it's usually in the correct form when it's an active voice, but there are times where you use passive voice and it can be correct. And that's when a subject is the recipient of a verb's action. So whatever the subject in the sentence is, the doer of the sentence is being acted upon in a passive sentence. So I'm going to give a couple of examples because the definition really doesn't give a very clear idea of what that is. So the following is an example of an active voice sentence. A falling pumpkin hit Tony. So here in the sentence, as we break it down, we can notice what the doer is doing to the receiver. So the doer in the sentence would be a falling pumpkin, it's the subject, and then hit is the action, and then Tony is being the receiver of the action, which means this is active voice. The subject is acting on the receiver in the sentence. If we wanted to take this sentence and make it into a passive voice sentence, we would just say Tony was hit by the pumpkin. So Tony, being the receiver, is receiving the action first in the sentence, and then the falling pumpkin, that used to be the subject of the sentence, is now at the end. Tony is still receiving the action, but it comes at the beginning of the sentence, which makes this passive voice. You can use passive voice in scientific or business writing when you are not sure what the subject is that you're trying to talk about, or when it's unimportant or obvious that the action itself is what's acted upon. An example of how to use passive voice properly is the tests were administered, in parentheses, by the researchers to the students, and they were each given 30 minutes to complete them. The section that's in the parentheses does not need to be included in the sentence because it's just obvious who the subject of the sentence is. It's obvious and clear what we're talking about without putting this in active voice. Here are a couple more examples. The dog chased the alley cat. So this is an example of an active voice sentence. The dog is the subject of the sentence. Chased is the verb or the action of the sentence, and alley cat is the receiver of the action. If we wanted to make the sentence passive voice, we could change it to the alley cat was chased by the dog. In a basement, drugs were discovered. Is this active or passive voice? Two women were arrested in Long Beach, California. Is this active or passive voice? A forest fire was blazing silently. Is this active or passive voice? Now that you have identified which is active or passive voice, I want you to be able to take the sentences and turn them from active voice into passive voice and passive voice into active voice. So let's go back to the beginning. How can you take a falling pumpkin hit Tony and turn this from active voice into passive voice? How about the sentence, her shirt was stained by paint? How can we change this from passive voice to active voice? Now that we've learned a little bit about active and passive voice, you may have questions. And I want you to know that we're here at the Reading and Writing Center during our open hours at any time to take questions. We'd love to help you out. If you wanted to schedule an appointment, you can email us or give us a Facebook message, and we'd love to set up an appointment with you to help you out. If you have questions specifically about active and passive voice, my name is Sarah Mitchell, and I'd love to take those questions over Facebook Messenger. Let us know how we can help you out this semester. We know it's kind of weird with everyone far away, but we're still here, willing to help you and to succeed in school. We love you guys. Happy writing. I've also provided some links that might be helpful to help you understand active and passive voice a little bit more. There's some practice exercises that I've included down below, so feel free to check those out.